For this series, we're going to talk about what happens next for each matchup at UFC 300. Well, almost all of them. You know, as I said, I'm not going to be talking about Andrade and Rodriguez because I don't give a shit about either of them. So anyway, Cody Garbrandt got choked out against Davison. I thought it was quite an underwhelming fight, personally, and it is something that we talked about. We were watching it live on stream. And yeah, I was fucking bored, mate. Anyway, Figgy got the win. What do you think both men should do next? What do you reckon?
For Figueiredo, that one was a little bit tougher for me, because he's at 8. He fought down, even though he was coming off a win, but I think it would be fair to him for him to fight up. I don't see him fighting Henry Cejudo, considering they've trained together and things like that. I think fighting somebody who's coming off of a loss but is still relevant in that top 10 would be interesting. This would be a very, very tough matchup for him, but I would put him against Song Yadong. I think that would be an interesting fight to see. Are you really a bantamweight? Because Song Yadong is for sure a bantamweight, a big one. So I think that would be an interesting fight. And then for Dominic Cruz, not Dominic Cruz, I'm thinking about Dominic Cruz. For Cody Garbrandt, I was going to say Dominic Cruz, that he should fight him, but I think that that's giving him too many opportunities to jump into the rankings. I think that he should fight somebody that's outside of the rankings. And the person that I came up with for this one, he has a fight booked, but I fully expect him to win this fight. But say he gets through this fight, I think that Cody Garbrandt against Adrian Yanez will be a good fight. Somebody's probably going to get knocked out. And it's a nice fight to either build Cody back or have Adrian take some of that star power. Yeah,
that's because Adrian Yanez was somebody that I thought for Cody as well. So that's interesting that you came up with that. Now, Figgy obviously got the win. But if I'm being honest, he didn't look great up to the point where he did. Like, maybe he was nervous. I'm not sure. But I think like Figgy's kind of stuck in a weird place now. Like, he can't cut to flyweight anymore. That's over. But he looked quite small again as a bantamweight. I didn't think he was.
He did look small.
I wasn't convinced that he's a bantamweight yet. I think after this is recorded and released, he's probably going to be ranked number 6. I think he's going to leapfrog Cejudo, and I think he's going to leapfrog Yadong, who's both coming off losses. I expect Sterling's also going to be removed from the rankings officially, so he's probably going to be sat at about number 5.
Wow.
Like, so he's beat a former champion, albeit a glass-chinned moron, but he's not young. So he's probably thinking either go for a title shot or fight someone as high up as possible for an eliminator. I think Corey Sandhagen fucks him up, and he's booked anyway. I think Sean O'Malley fucks him up. Merab should be next anyway, so those two are out of the picture. I think that he should go for another former champion and take on Petr Yan. Like, they're both smaller guys in the division. They're both next to each other in the rankings. The timelines match up. And while I actually think that Petr would beat him, I think it's his best chance to get a win in the top 5. Vera might not be a bad choice either. That's a matchup I wouldn't mind seeing either against Marlon. But Marlon Vera's a chunky, durable bantamweight. And I don't really love that for Figgy as well. As for Garbrandt, I think he should retire from MMA and do corn. See, now I thought, in all seriousness, I thought you were going to say he should fight Cruz as well.
I thought about that, but like, I don't want to give Cody more chances to jump into the rankings when he's he's fighting these no-name people, and then he gets a pivotal fight on UFC 300, which I actually don't think that he was looking bad on the feet initially for, and he can't fight the submission, and I'm gonna give him another ranked fight. Like, even though I think Dominic Cruz is like, I don't even know if he should be ranked at all, due to all of the inactivity, but yeah, like I'm not gonna give him another shot in the rankings, but I'll give him one close, and that's where Adrian comes in.
Adrian Yanez was a really, really good shout, and I'm with you. I think the matchup with Cruz would be fine. I don't know where he is on coming back. It is a risk legacy wise, but he's kind of in a point now where if he wants to get back into the rankings, looking at them, that's the only fight I think he can win in the rankings. Looking at them, I genuinely think that. Like, I think it's time for Cody. Yeah, I think it's time for Cody to accept that he's not good enough. He's just not good enough anymore. I think, like, and again, as I said, I think everyone in the top 15 fucks him up. He's too big to go down, and he's too small and chinny to go up. And I had to look through the unofficial rankings. I don't see a lot of guys outside the rankings that I could say with confidence that he beats either. So I think he should either fight Cruz again, look for that fight, or he should fight like Kelleher, like level bag, like Kelleher level scrubs, and just try to get as many paydays as possible. Because Adrian Yanez is a good one. I think that's risky though, because I think Yanez would chin him out.
I think so.
I genuinely think he would. Actually, looking at the entire unofficial rankings, there are I counted like 15 guys that would fuck him up, or that I wouldn't love. He does look a little bit more patient, don't get me wrong. He didn't look horrible against Figueiredo.
Yeah.
The future ain't bright for Cody. I think that was his last shot. And he either seeks out Dominic Cruz or just takes fights to get, because he's on decent money, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think he's getting a couple of $100K to show. I say he just takes winnable fights now. He just goes to himself, do you know what, fuck it, I've got a name. I'm just going to fight guys, Radi Yaya, people like that, who is also booked, which is why I didn't say him. I think he's booked against Adrian Yanez, isn't he?
I think...
maybe I'm incorrect about that.
Yanez is fighting Vinicius Salvador or something like that. I have to look.
Yeah, he should win that. He should win that. But yeah, I would. If I'm Cody now, I'm giving up any aspirations of going back to the title again. You ain't that guy anymore, bruv. You probably never were. You got a favorable matchup. It worked out for you. Fair play. But I don't think you're that dude anymore.
Yeah.
And I think you should just. I think you should just do the prize fighter thing, and make as much money in the sport as you can. Yep. That's what I do.